Welcome back to Checkpoint. I'm Matthew Yapp.
And I'm TT Shinkan.
So, who wants to hear something real awkward about a movie that you may or may not be excited for?
Me?
You! The movie Predator recently caught some backlash after an actress starring in the film, Olivia Munn, spoke out about how she was uncomfortable that an actor hired into the cast had been convicted of attempting to entice a 14-year-old into a relationship.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The actor Munn is referring to is Stephen Wilder Struggle, who appeared in a single scene of the movie which Munn called to be cut from the film. While some praised Munn for this, she claims that her co-stars shunned her for her actions.
Ew.
She addressed this during a speech at the Creative Coalition's Spotlight Awards dinner. That's a mouthful.
It sure is. While giving a speech, she stated, quote, "I keep pushing forward and keep going knowing that at least you did the right thing, even if you're not getting that support. The only reason I'm talking about this publicly, when usually I wouldn't talk about something so personal, is because today, in the middle of an interview, a cast member walked out and refused to do any more interviews with me because they said, questioning with Olivia, it's too draining for them." After speaking about the isolation from her cast, some of her co-stars did speak out and apologize for what had been happening.
Sterling K. Brown, known for his role on This Is Us, took to Twitter and talked about the situation. He stated, "I'm sorry you're feeling so isolated, my dear, and I'm sorry you've been the only one to speak up publicly." He went on to discuss whether or not they forgive their co-star for what they did is up to every individual.
Fair.
However, who he agrees is an issue and is the fact that the studio did not inform the cast that they were working with someone committed of this crime of this nature. He went on to thank 20th Century Fox for their quick action in deleting the scene. Personally, I commend Fox for taking the scene out, but
too.
I am curious to see what comes of this and would like to hear the rest of the cast's opinions and why they were so upset with Munn.
It's a fair question.
It really is. Final Fantasy, though.
Much better.
Final Fantasy fans were treated by a special announcement on the Final Fantasy Twitter account earlier today. It looks like the cult classic Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is getting a remaster and re-release on both the Nintendo Switch and PS4 as well. For those not familiar with the game, you are put in control of a group of 4 who are fated to rid the world of Miyasa. Yeah, a poisonous vapor.
That's real nerdy.
It really is. The reason why it was so popular was the fact that players could connect their Game Boy Advances and play multiplayer.
Oh, I'm so bringing my Game Boy back. I don't care if it doesn't connect, it's happening. The original game was released in 2003 on the GameCube, the best console.
Yeah.
The game also included a map which only gave players limited information and encouraged them to communicate verbally if they wanted to get anywhere or perform spells together.
That's cool.
There aren't a lot of games like that nowadays, and this remastered version will be a breath of fresh air unless they ruin it.
You know, you might be asking yourself, okay, that's cool and all, but what's new?
I was.
Nice. Well, not much is known just yet, but with all remasters, we could expect to see some more detailed levels and a remixed soundtrack.
Dope.
Also, with the growing increase of online multiplayer gameplay, we might even see the game becoming available for online.
Cool.
If you ask me, it would be a refreshing change to all those Fortnite gameplays we keep seeing. And since the game is also being released on the PlayStation 4, fans will also have to wait and see how the game will perform on that platform. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition will hit shelves in Japan in 2019, and an international release has not yet been announced.
So, you know how the Oscars are like super boring, and about 90% of the time they're just kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Well, they made the biggest attempts at fixing that about a month ago with the introduction of a new category. The category would be called Achievement in Popular Film, and it was meant to award films that were excellent blockbusters, essentially.
Okay.
This was not just an attempt to get a new crowd interested in the award show, but would also act as kind of a band-aid for the fact that some people feel the Oscars have been snubbing superhero films for quite some time.
Logan should have been nominated.
Should've.
It's a valid point. You'd think films that completely murder the box office and become cultural phenomenon like the Avengers will receive some recognition at the award show for movies. However, the Academy typically goes with films that are a little more artistic to
Lame.
nominate. I mean, in the past, people were really pressed that Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight didn't get a nom for Best Picture. And many speculated after the massive success of Black Panther, the call of fans wanting it to receive an Oscar nomination, the Academy knew they would not be receiving a nomination for the film, so to alleviate the backlash, why not give them their own category, right?
That's fair.
People were to be satisfied. Maybe, yeah, no, it didn't work.
Yeah, fans and actors alike saw it as a lame move and almost condescending to the blockbuster films. It's like, yeah, you're not good enough for a real Oscar, but here, take this consolation prize because you're so popular. Some also stated that it was going to make it difficult for films that could be described as blockbusters to get nominated for other categories, as they would now be seen as a different type of movie. Which is why, after 29 days of existence, the Oscars got rid of the Achievement in Popular Film Award. Yeah. Now, it's not officially gone, it's just been said to need further study.
Okay.
And it may be implemented in the future. It's just on the shelf for now, which if it's anything like the Gambit movie, it's gonna sit on that shelf forever, just vague memory.
It was removed from the mass public backlash, combined with the fact that several prominent Academy members just hated it.
Yeah.
According to an anonymous Academy board member, Steven Spielberg was rather vocal in the fact that he disliked the category and that it made him uncomfortable. Famed Jurassic Park actress and Academy board member Laura Dern also evidently felt it was dismissive of popular films and showed the Academy was out of touch.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
No.
But hey, either way, remember that not a single movie in the MCU has won an Oscar, but Suicide Squad has.
Why?
Yeah, so maybe don't put stock in the Oscars. Anyway, that's dead, but do you think that means they'll start actually nominating superhero films for other categories?
No.
Because I don't. I think they'll keep doing the same thing forever,
Yeah.
and then we're all gonna die.
What?
Yeah, but let us know what you think in the comments down below. For all your entertainment, tech, and pop culture news, be sure to subscribe to Byte BSU and stay up to date with us on Checkpoint.
Get down with the sickness.
Hey.
Wah, ah.